Hey guys, Chris from the Ultimate Recycler. We've got a shed to clean out. It's a large shed, there's a little bit of stuff in there. Let's go and have a look and see what sort of deal this is going to turn out to be. Okay, we have a big shed with not much in it, but it does need to be cleaned out. The family aren't moving, but they just wanted to completely clean out the shed because another family member wants to store a bit of furniture, and some of this stuff has been here for a long time and just not required. So they've pulled out anything they want to keep. I think they do need to keep that table down the corner there, and the other stuff's in the little toilet room that they want to keep. The rest of it, although I am waiting on clarification on a couple of things, but the rest of it is to go. Now, there's a bit of building materials, there's some paint behind that cardboard, and around this other side there are a few more building materials. There's some nice veranda posts here. I certainly have a use for these, and some of these might be handy in my shed extension at home, but I just need some clarification there. So the deal is that Lynn, her name was, rang me and said, we've got a shed to clean out. Can you clean it out and leave it all nice and tidy? And I said, yep, no worries, that's what I do. I come around to have a look, and she said, well, we were going to throw a lot of it out. So whatever you don't want, you can sort of leave in a pile and we can take to the tip. But I thought I'll film this deal and we might take it a bit further, and I'll see if I can process the whole lot without anything going to the tip, or a bare minimum. She did say, you know, if it's just all rubbish, can you charge us and then take it out? And I say, well, I don't do rubbish removal as my job, but I'll see if I can do the whole cleanup without costing you anything and without any loads going to the tip. I mean, things like that bookcase there, it's only a cheap particle board, chipboard with basically a contact, and it's all swollen, it's been wet. So there's not much value in that. In fact, there's no value in that. But I may be able to give it away to someone that could use it in their shed. It'll certainly be a freebie, but I'm prepared to try and give stuff away rather than smash it up. There's another corner cabinet down here, which again is chipboard or particle board. And look, maybe someone will have a use for it somewhere. I'm going to try to avoid anything going to the tip if I can. That one's not too bad. It's still not a good quality piece, but at least it would have a use in someone's shed. The door may have to stay here, I'm not sure. The exciting thing about this job is that we don't know what's in the boxes up top. Now, apparently they were left here when the family purchased the property. Someone has been up and had a bit of a look. They've left a ladder here for me to get up and get the stuff down. The word was that there's a bit of crockery and stuff in the boxes they didn't really know, and because it wasn't theirs, it just kind of got left. So hopefully I can get some value out of that. I don't want to run negative on this deal. I still want to make enough profit to make it worth my while. So I'll apply my formula. I'll keep track of the time, and we'll go through and process everything we can. Hopefully we find a bit of value in things. I don't know what's in half of these boxes, so it's just a matter of, a hole punch, I'll have a use for that, that's handy. Hopefully we find a few tools of value. There's an old snakes and ladders game, some cane baskets sell all right. In fact, that one's quite a nice vintage basket, that'll sell well. Looks like there's some kitchen type stuff in that box. The bike's pretty cool, vintage bike. Exercise equipment, there is some fishing gear up there, which is pretty cool. So I'll have to get the ladder around and empty the shelves off. I'm just going to do a bit of sorting today. We'll see if we can find some value. Oh, hang on. Here we go. We need to find some good bits like this. This is a nice little find. That's a draw knife, or like a large spoke shave. And we'll clean that up. It'll probably be an English one. And there's going to be $40, maybe $50 in the shop, so that's a good find. We need to find a few things like that. There's going to be just some general gardening stuff. Christine might grab some of the pot plants. There's some shed consumables, which we always find. I get enough for myself to use. Paints are a problem. The tiles we should be able to leave here because they'll match what's in the house. So I'm going to start going through some things, but today, before it gets too warm, I'm going to drag a few boxes down up the top, so come with me and we'll have a lucky dip and see what we find in the boxes. Okay, going up, first floor, assorted boxes of mysteries. I can see a golf buggy. Hopefully this ladder's nice and stable. Looks like there's been a fair few birds and possums and things up here. There's a cricket bat, not in the best condition. We have, looks like an old electric can opener, some books. Interesting to see what age these are. They look like schoolwork, which is the normal sort of stuff that ends up here in storage. There's an old 80s push button telephone. Well, that's saleable. Don't know what's in the bucket. There's some phone boxes here. If I put the camera over the top, you guys can see. I can't yet. Okay, what do we got? Cassettes, probably. Cassettes are okay. They're actually starting to become collectible. I've even found on eBay, people buy bulk lots of home recorded cassettes, which amazed me that they bought those. When you used to record stuff off the radio, which is technically illegal for copyright, and people still buy it. What's in here? Ooh, okay, that's not bad. Looks like a gun cleaning kit. Rifle cleaning kit. There you go. Excellent. There's some value in that. I'm pleased that these books just aren't all schoolwork. There's a nice old Pascal's Toffee tin. Looks probably 1970s, and it's very heavy. So, oh, I can't get it open one-handed. We'll have a look in that in a minute. I'm thinking nuts and bolts. It's too heavy for buttons. I'll open that when I have a moment with my spare hands. Bags of cable ties, they'll be handy. Alright, looks like assorted shed stuff. Yeah, a bit of wiring, that's off telephone, that wiring. I like the fact that there's cable ties in here though, they're good. Okay, there's a metal tin here, which is quite heavy. What's in this one? Oh, okay. It's very heavy for paperwork. What's in there? It's making up the weight. Oh, it's like a couple of books. There might be some personal papers here. But if this was here when the family bought the place, it's from the previous owners. Could be plan of properties there. Alright, I'll have to go through that. But the tin itself's nice. It's at least a $10 tin. Let's have a look in this one. Oh, there's a bit of crockery. It looks like some wildlife's chewed in through the corner, so there's been mice or rats in here. Oh, it smells like it. We have a cockroach. It stinks. There's an old toaster that's all rusty. The crockery doesn't look anything special at all. 70s glassware. Okay, so I don't see much value in there. Nothing's jumped out at me yet, but there's been rats and mice making nests in that, so that's a bit of a nothing box. This one looks to have a vintage car cassette player. A bit more automotive gardening stuff. There's a hammer there. You guys can probably see better than I can. There's an old VCR VHS video player, but it's badly damaged. Only probably e-waste. Can't see in that box over there just yet. Alright, I might start getting a few boxes down. We'll have a better look at them when they're on the floor. Alright, I'm glad I dragged that down this morning. It's getting quite warm up there. So we've totally finished up the top. Let's have a look at what we found. Well, at the back of those boxes was this very large old mattress. I'm not sure what, it's round on the ends. Maybe it was in one of those big chairs. The rats and possums or whatever have been pulling out the padding. Now I'm thinking that might be a cotton type wadding. I'm hoping it is. The actual cover looks cotton. In the interests of not throwing anything out, I'm going to try a sample of that in my worm farm, and if they do eat it, well, the whole lot's going to be put in a couple of big worm compost bins and it will gradually decay. Much better than throwing it out. Look, there's probably 99 out of 100 people would order a skip for this shed and throw that straight in the rubbish and end up in landfill. Probably 99.5 people out of 100. So I'm the half a person that is going to try and dispose of it in a environmentally friendly way. We'll see how we go. All right, what was in the boxes? We had a look in a few of them. Let's have a better look now. I haven't opened the lid on these. I've just dragged them down. This one appears to be some books. Telecom Australia. Oh, okay. A spray painting book that might have some value. There's some Dick Smith Electronics catalogues. Interesting. I got a lot of electronics magazines from another house lot, which you may have been following. That was the Great Radio Shed deal, but they're 1990s, so they might have a market. If nothing else, they can go in the recycle bin, but I think there might be a market for those. That old VCR is just e-waste, so we'll scrap that out one day. This one, oh, we didn't look in this one, but it's much the same as the other one that the rats had been into. There are some pretty cool retro glasses in here, but it's been, oh, there's a Vegemite glass with the label. So it's in grams. Oh yeah, it's got a use by of 86. Oh, they're not bad. They're retro ones. It absolutely stinks, but I think some of this is worth washing up. Oh yeah, there's a nice amber glass. So it's a shame to shoot up the plastic, because I can't do anything with that plastic. Even though it's a soft plastic, when it's in little fragments like that, we can't really take it to red cycle. The newspaper fragments will go in the compost. There's some more modern crockery here that's of no real value. I think there was some of this in another box. It'll be 80-0. It talks of freezer to oven proof, probably 83 by the code. That will probably all go in one box to give away. Someone will have a use for that. Now this other box, oh, and we need to get into this tin, which I haven't opened yet. Let's see if we can do it now that we're not balanced on the top of a ladder. Oh, that took a bit to open. Right, now. Oh, look at that. That's what we wanted to find. Now, there's pennies. There's lots of silver. Ah, treasure hunting success. Excellent. I'm going to take that in the car today. But that, even though it's not an absolute fortune, I love collecting old silver coins for their scrap value. The pennies sell well through the shop. If we are extremely lucky, there might be a scarce date. But even if they're all common, excellent. Very happy with that find. Right, this is a Clarion cassette, quite a vintage one, probably 70s. That might be worth investigating a bit. We have some car parts and mirror. There's some cords down the bottom, I'm not sure what they are. Bit of e-waste again. Oh, that's a saw set. That's not bad. So there's a bit of a lucky dip. That looks like some sort of antenna amplifier. Lots of cords, so that's alright for scrap. So that box isn't too bad either. We have more crockery wrapped up, and that's kind of a nice retro piece. More of that 80s era stuff. There's probably the cups for it here, I would imagine. Yep, they look like the matching cups. Yep. Oh, they might still sell alright. I think they were Johnson, Australian made. So we might get something saleable out of that lot. More books here. These look like manuals for something. Issued 1989. I don't think they're really going to have much value. They'll probably be recycling. There's some instant filler. I don't think that's going to be any good. It feels like it's gone hard. Oh, there's some electronics components. Some vintage. Oh, look at that. They look like vintage resistors, all new old stock. Okay, that's going home too. We have an old telephone bell. These sell quite well. Probably $15, $20 there. There's some wood stain. English mahogany. It feels like it's still okay. And I'm always using Brasso, but that feels like it's gone hard. So there's not too bad of stuff in these boxes. Let's go into this one. The old GE can opener is very rusty. That's probably only going to be e-waste. Oh, we did have a look in this, did we? That was schoolwork. There's a RACV car breakdown stuff. I suspect someone here must have worked for Telecom. Nissan Motor Company. Datsun. Also, car manuals, or owner's manuals, and schoolwork, probably dates to the 80s, I guess. I wonder if it's got a date in it. Electrical principles, or someone clearly studied electronics or electric, or maybe when they worked for Telstra. Okay, so the schoolwork's not going to be of any value. It's not old enough to be that interesting. Yeah, role of telecom in Australia. More cassettes, a few plumbing bits. And this box, we could see the phone on the top, which is the best thing in here. That'll clean up okay. This one looks like some sort of office phone. Don't know if it's got a value. It's probably not worth cleaning up. And this looks to be some sort of control box. Ooh, some nice boards in there for us that like to pull apart e-waste. I better do a bit of research just quickly before I scrap that stuff out, but if nothing else, that will all be recycled. Now this box here has, oh, I thought that might have been a camera or something. It's just an empty case. Motorist windscreen and window cleaning kit. Oh, look, the leather's totally had it. But if it's leather, the worms might eat it. We have some cable of some sort, data cable. There's some phone cables. Just general shed bric-a-brac. Turpentine tin. Now tins can go in the recycle bin. No problems there. In the curbside recycling, there's some plumbing fittings. So not much very exciting in there. And we'll move our coins out of the road. I'm going to enjoy going through those when I get a moment. This one is the last one. A few more cords. That looks like a little 12-volt vacuum cleaner. Some sort of light. Old extension cord. Oh, cool. There's a nice phone. A bit damaged around the bottom. I think these were an Ericsson. And being in red is excellent. That's going to have some value. We've got another good find. A little welding pick, which I could use at home. That's handy. That looks like a valve grinding cup, but of course the rubber's gone hard. And some genuine accessories for something. Not sure on that one. Excellent. Happy to find that Ericsson phone. Good stuff. All right, I might put our coins in this box, and that can go home today. All right, so we're finding a good sprinkling of average rubbishy stuff with a couple of nice bits and some reasonable bits, bit of e-waste, bit of scrap metal. Certainly worth getting the boxes down, and there's a couple of items there that make me think it was a good decision to say yes to this shed. I have to empty these shelves off here. I did spot something before that I sell very well through the shop. These old Jaffle irons or toasty makers. This one's a cast aluminium one, and they're very popular through the shop. We'll get $20 for that. Don't know what's in some of these other boxes. So I think that'll probably do me for today. I might just pack up a couple of the boxes. I'm certainly taking that one there. And hopefully the weather's a bit cooler. I'll come back in and start organising. We'll get some clarification on these bits of timber. And over the course of a few days, I'll totally empty this shed. I might take some photos of some of this stuff. Actually, I might photograph that one now and throw it on Facebook for free. I need to find out if the chest freezer actually works. If that does work, we might get $50 for that. It looks a bit rough though. Oh, it's clean enough inside. All right, we better test that one too before we go today. So it's probably as good a time as any to end part one. So this will be a bit of an ongoing series. Like a lot of my videos, they tend to be ongoing series. We shouldn't let this one go for too many episodes, but I don't want to drone on and make it an hour plus episode. So we'll stop this one now. I've got to take a sample of that old mattress down there, of the padding, to see if the worms will eat it, because if they don't, well, it's going to have to go to landfill. I'm probably, with the rubbish, I'm probably just going to fill some bins and take them home and incorporate them into my rubbish bins each week. That way it saves doing a load out to the transfer station and the associated costs with that. So thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this. I know most of you seem to like these shed clean outs and finding treasures. I'm getting some good feedback on that, so I appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying my channel overall. We'll see you in the next part. Bye for now.